So good morning, guys. Sorry I've been away for like some days. It's because of my kind of busy schedule, and of course today again I was out for a farm inspection, of course, and I think I came around that later in the evening, so I just had to take my bath and sleep a little. And waking up late in the night, I noticed I couldn't sleep again, so I thought, okay, let's just conclude this series on agricultural processes and why I think we should go into them. What are the benefits? Why do you need to go into agricultural farm processes instead of just being a producer alone? And I think I've mentioned to in my previous video, so I'm going to maybe continue from where we stopped and go into the remaining three. Now let's get straight into action. Number three is because it helps to extend the shelf life of your farm produce. Now, people that are into perishable goods like your tomatoes, like your pineapple, like your even your cassava, or any of those plants that you can pepper and the likes. Now, if you're going into all those things, there are things that are easily perishable. Even if you harvest them unripe, after they get ripe, normally they get exposed to some certain bacteria which makes them decompose, and at the end of the day you might want to discharge them or dispose them, or maybe because you're in a rush of I don't want this thing to get spoiled, you sell them at a very cheap price, cheaper than the amount you've invested into the farm. So why not look into this, go further, like process your pepper into sachet, process your pepper into dried pepper, process your tomatoes into paste, process your tomatoes into dried tomatoes, process your plantain, for example, because I think I'm more particular about plantain. Let's look at plantain, for example. I always tell people, if you're running just 1 acre of farm, 1 acre of plantain farm, you have no business going into production alone. Yes, like I said, plantain is a very productive business. Plantain production is plantain farm in general is a very productive business. But if you just have an acre of plantain, which has like an average from 600 to 800 stands, now how much are you going to get out of it? If you sell to market women, they come into your farm, they buy it, and that's it. That's the end. You're waiting for the next 9 months, 6 months before you can get another harvest. Why not look at it as, okay, there are people who are particularly in need of unripe plantains, people with diabetes, people with some other health issues that you can sell to. Let me process this thing into powder and probably put them into little sachet and go and present myself to supermarket and let them sell for me. They sell, they take their percentage, take a percentage. That is extra money. Are you getting me? So go into flour production, or better still, if you want to give to the community, of course you can start doing chips. It's part of the thing, but though I won't advise people to go into it. But there are people who know their way around these things and they go into chips instead of selling to the people, to these people, and they are the ones that are taking the reward of your labor. So please and please and please, going into processing, it helps you to preserve your farm produce very well, and it extends the life shelf. And in the process of extending the life shelf of your farm produce, you get more money, more value for your money. I get him now. So that's about that. And it also creates economic opportunities also for people, because while you're trying to reprocess this thing, you definitely need to employ some people, and in the process you are empowering yourself, you're also empowering people, and by empowering people you are trying to help the country's economy by doing so. Now the next one I want to talk, which is also mildly related to the initial one I mentioned, is employment opportunities. We all want to be bosses, we all want to be employers of people. So by going into by processing, you are also taking some people off the streets. Like I said, the prayer of everybody is to be able to help. So even the meanest of humans wants to help. But of course, the situation in the country has made some of us become so cautious that even in our cautiousness, we are big. It's now looking like we are wicked, but it's not wickedness. It's just you being careful. But at the same time, if it comes to contracts, you can always sign contract with your employers and let them know that if something goes bad, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to hold you responsible. I get me. That's just another thing, by the way. You can sign them a contract, know their family, let them bring referees and sign that if anything goes bad within us on this contract sum, I will make sure I get this and this and this from you. I'll make sure these are the penalties you're going to go through. So by going into processing, we are helping the economy grow, we are helping the society get better. I get him now. So we are taking people off the streets and we are making them actively employable and actively working, earning a little income for themselves. Even if the amount you are paying them is not up to 50,000, at least someone who is able to get something. Even if you're paying them on a daily 3,000, 2,000, someone who knows that when I wake up in a day, I'm going to this farm to go and work. I know at the end of the day, I'm going to get 3,000 naira back home. That is something you're doing. So please let us try to look beyond. It's just me and my family. I don't care about what's happening out there. If you don't care about what's happening out there, eventually people out there will get angry, will get tired, and they will come and attack you in your house. We don't want that to happen to you. Are you getting me now? You don't want that to happen to you. So that is that about that. Then another one is the market accessibility. When you are going into processing, I'm mentioning market accessibility in the sense that you're creating comfort for people who are very busy. Not everybody has the time, especially in this present age where everybody is always in a hurry. People go to work from 6 a.m. They don't come back at home until 10. Some even sleep at work. It's that bad. So they have little or no time to do all those things. So when you process all these kind of things, and maybe you've all processed it to a way that it's almost ready to consume immediately, they need little or no effort to make it ready to be consumed in their homes. Let me give a viable example. For example, look at, there's something they call tiko. They call it is kind of dried meat. It's a little bit processed, parboiled, then it is sun dried and preserved. That tiko can last 6 months. It can last 1 year. What do you need to do when you want to prepare it? Just soak it in the water for like 30 minutes. Everything comes back alive. And if you want, you can take it further and boil again, just in order to kill off the germs after applying all your salt and the rest, to kill off the germs and process them into your soup. So it's better than going to the farm, to going to the, what's it called, butcher store, to do all those kind of long processes. Let's say, for example, now people that don't want to go, maybe people that are processing pepper, for example. Now you have parboiled pepper and dried ones in sachet. Are you getting me now? You put it in the market, put them to the store. All they need to do is just get them home and blend, and that's it. So it makes market accessible to everybody and makes life easy for everyone. Like I said, the ultimate aim of agriculture in Nigeria is to make sure that we fight food crisis. We to make sure that we conquer food insecurity and make life easy for everyone. In a country where food is the least problem, then everybody is wealthy. Trust me. In a country where food is the least problem, everybody is super wealthy. So we can do this. We can help ourselves. We can make life way easier for ourselves than than having this mindset of it's just me alone. It's just me and me and me and me and me alone. Everybody has this flair or aorta of kindness in them, no matter how uptight you think you may be. So please and please and please, for those of us who want to go into agriculture, try as much as possible. You're a cassava farmer, don't just stop at just selling trucks of cassava. You can have a stall of processing it into garri yourself. Have a stall of where they are processing it into other chemicals. That's for those who have the money to go. But if you don't have the money, even processing it to garri, there's little you need to do. All you need to do is just create a little shelter, get the pan, get these local people to help you mold the pot, the what's it called, the spots where they fry them, and you start producing garri in sacks. You're producing cassava yourself, you're processing it to garri, you're making money from production, you're also making money from processing. The idea of agriculture is to make sure that we grow into wealth. So that's why I try to get all this information and send out to us. Please and please, let us try to get all these things done. I'll be giving another update again, maybe just my journey about some of my farm visitations. Watch out for my next video. Please, I remain Oluwafemi Daniel, the owner of Onius Agribusiness Hub. You can reach out to me for your agricultural consultancy, for your farm setup or advice. I'm always available. See you in the next video. Thanks.